30 seconds to air.
Thank you.
In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Broadcasting from the Lodi Performing Arts Center, Radio Studios, Lodi High School presents Theater of the Mind, Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, a radio dramatization written by Philip Grecian and based on the novel by Charles Dickens. Now fill your cup with hot buttered rum, call the family together, and move in close to the warm glow of your radio dial to hear A Christmas Carol, the story of Ebby Scrooge.
Ah, hear that? A kind of music that comes around once a year. Always makes me feel good. A Christmas song. Well, more than that, a Christmas carol. A part of Christmas. A part of you. For as long as you can remember, like an old, old friend.
Well, that's one kind of Christmas carol, but we're here to present another kind. One written by Charles Dickens in 1843. It takes place in London, England, and is the story of mean old Ebby Scrooge. Shall we tell the story then?
Yes, let's go.
All right then, let's see. How shall we begin? Well, Marley was dead to begin with. There is no doubt whatever about that. Old Marley was dead as a doornail.
A doornail?
Yes, odd, isn't it? But that's what Mr. Dickens said, as dead as a doornail.
I don't know what's particularly dead about a doornail, but that is what Marley was as dead as. And Marley was dead. Therefore,
A doornail.
a doornail.
But a doornail's not dead in the first place.
Neither was Marley, in the first place.
Oh.
But finally, in the second place, he was. Now, you must understand that Marley was quite dead, or else nothing wonderful can come from the story we're about to tell.
I think we all understand that. But tell us about Scrooge.
Shush now. We're getting to Scrooge. Scrooge and Marley had been partners in business before Marley died, and they called their business establishment.
Scrooge and Marley.
Strangely enough, yes. Scrooge never painted out old Marley's name on the sign. There it stood for years, Scrooge and Marley. Sometimes people called Scrooge Scrooge, sometimes Marley. She answered to both. It was all the same to her. The only change over the years was that she'd had Marley's desk moved out because...
Marley was dead.
Quite.
As a doornail.
Yes. They had been partners for, I don't know how many years. Scrooge was Marley's only friend.
And Marley was Scrooge's only friend.
Because no one else could tolerate either of them. Between the two, there wasn't an ounce of heart, not a tuppence of compassion. Why, when Marley died, Scrooge didn't even close the shop. Do you know why?
He said it would be bad business.
Exactly.
But tell us about Scrooge.
Oh, she was a tight-fisted old skinflint. A squeezing, wrenching, grasping, scraping, clutching, covetous old sinner. Hard and sharp as flint. Her heart was colder than a snowman.
That is cold.
Yes, it is. She carried the cold within her always. It made her hair the color of snow after the wagons had passed. It froze her old features, nipped her nose, shriveled her cheeks, stiffened her gait, made her eyes red, her lips thin and cruel and blue and frostbitten. And it spoke out through her in her cold, icy, grating voice. And she never thawed even 1 degree, not even at Christmas. Christmas! Humbug! Now, tell the story and be quick about it.
Tell the story.
Tell the story.
All right. Once upon a time.
Did I always have to start with once upon a time?
Well, I mean, how about we were somewhere around the Barstow at the end of the desert.
No.
Last night I dreamt I went to Manderley again.
No.
Whether I shall turn out to be the hero of my own life.
No.
It was the best of times, it was the worst of times.
No.
Well then, you shall have to be satisfied with once upon a time. That's what Mr. Dickens wrote, and I don't think we should tamper. So, once upon a time, on Christmas Eve, old Scrooge sat busy in her counting house. It was cold, bleak, biting weather. and she could hear the people in the court outside go wheezing up and down, beating their hands upon their breasts, and stamping their feet upon the pavement stones to warm them.
The old grandfather clock in Scrooge's office struck 3. And though it was only mid-afternoon, it was dark and foggy outside. It had been that way all day. Scrooge's clerk, Bonnie Cratchit, sat at her desk copying letters. She wore a long white scarf to keep out the bitter cold, for Scrooge was far too stingy to keep the fire warm and blazing at the hearth.
And on this particular Christmas Eve, Scrooge had a visitor. It was her nephew, Fred, who entered the establishment all in a glow. His eyes sparkling and the spirit of Christmas radiating from his wind-burned face. "A Merry Christmas, Auntie."
Bah, humbug!
"Christmas a humbug, Auntie? You don't mean that."
I do mean it. What reason have you to be so merry? You're poor enough.
"What reason have you to be so angry? You're rich enough."
Bah, humbug!
"Don't be cross, Auntie."
What else can I be in such a world of fools? Merry Christmas indeed. What is Christmas but a time for paying bills without money, for finding yourself a year older and not an hour richer? Every idiot who goes about with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled in his own pudding and buried with a stake of holly through his heart. Ho! That's good, a stake of holly.
"Auntie."
Nephew, keep Christmas in your own way and let me keep it in mine.
"But you don't keep Christmas in any way."
Let me leave it alone then. It is best left alone.
On the contrary, Christmas is a good time, a time when men and women open their hearts freely, a time of love and the spirit of giving. And though it has never put a scrap of gold or silver in my pocket, I believe that it has done me good,
Humbug.
and will do me good.
Humbug!
And I say God bless it.
God bless it.
Another sound from you, Cratchit, and you'll spend your Christmas looking for another position.
Yes, Mum. Sorry, Mum.
Come, don't be angry, Auntie. Dine with us tomorrow.
No,
My wife is preparing a Christmas dinner that a queen would envy.
I am not a queen.
Mother thought you were.
My sister is dead, and it is a charity that she is, so that she cannot see what a worthless rogue her son has become.
You know better than that.
I tell you, Fan is dead. Every year you come storming into my office, trailing bushels of snow, disrupt my day, and babble about Christmas and how wonderful it is. And every year you invite me to Christmas dinner.
And every year you turn me down.
Exactly.
And every year you say, humbug!
And I say it again, humbug. If you know what I will say before I say it, why do you bother to come here every year to hear me say it?
Because, Auntie, one of these times, one of these Christmases, you will accept my invitation.
Humbug. Get out. Good afternoon.
Auntie, it's Christmas.
Good afternoon.
I'm sorry for you. But Merry Christmas all the same, Auntie.
Good afternoon.
And a Happy New Year.
I said good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Merry Christmas, Bonnie.
Merry Christmas, sir.
Cratchit.
Yes, Mum. Sorry, Miss Scrooge.
Merry Christmas indeed. And there's Cratchit wishing him the same, and she hasn't but 15 shillings a week to her name. Mad as hatters, every one of them, mad as hatters. Who's this now? Oh, more fools, a whole world of fools. Well, I'll confuse him.
This is Scrooge and Molly's establishment, I believe.
It is.
Have we the pleasure of addressing Miss Scrooge or Mr. Marley?
If I were Mr. Marley, I would not have answered when you spoke just now.
He is deaf.
He is dead. He died 7 years ago this very night, and he is still dead.
Then you would be Miss Scrooge.
How proud your mother must be of your discerning nature. Now out with it. What is it you want?
It is Christmas, Miss Scrooge.
I am aware of it. Thank you. No one will let me forget it.
And during Christmas, our organization
A charitable one.
sees to it, through donations from women such as yourself, that the poor are not forgotten.
Forgotten? How could I ever forget them? I pay taxes to support the workhouses for them. They pass me on the streets every day. Every other fool seems to be concerned with their well-being and talks incessantly about their plight. How could I ever forget them?
Exactly.
I am reminded every day the poor need this, the poor need that. Put them in prison where they belong if they haven't the money to pay their debts. At least there they would have a free meal. Are there no prisons?
Plenty of prisons.
And the workhouses. They can go to the workhouses, put in 15 hours a day at hard labor. Oh, but wait, is it possible? Are the workhouses still in operation?
I wish I could say that they were not.
Those who work there are fed, are they not?
They eat gruel.
Good. If they want better food, they can go find better jobs. I did.
Miss Scrooge.
And I am glad to hear that the workhouses are still in operation. I was afraid that something had occurred to stop them.
We are trying to raise money to buy the poor some meat and drink to celebrate Christmas. How much would you wish to give?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I wish to give nothing. I wish to be left alone. I do not make myself merry at Christmas, and I cannot afford to make idle people merry. I pay taxes to support the prisons and the workhouses. Let the poor go to them.
But many can't go there, and many would rather die.
Yes, I know. So then, they had better do it and reduce the surplus population.
But...
Good afternoon.
Well, Good afternoon, Miss Scrooge.
Afternoon, Miss Scrooge. Merry, happy,
Meanwhile, the fog and darkness thickened. The cold became intense, but the Christmas spirit warmed the people of London town.
One young fellow stood outside Scrooge's door, and in the hope of a mug of hot chocolate, entered and surrendered him with the Christmas carol.
Get away! Get away from my door, you young roughneck! Oh, away with you! God rest ye merry gentlemen indeed, of all of them.
Good night, Miss Scrooge.
Where do you think you're going, Cratchit?
Home, Mum.
You've finished your work, then?
Yes, Mum.
All of it?
Yes, Mum.
And you'll want to stay home all day tomorrow, I suppose?
Yes, Mum, if it's quite convenient, Mum.
It is not quite convenient.
But tomorrow's Christmas, Mum.
Humbug! It is not fair.
It's only once a year.
Only once a year? You only pick my pocket once a year. You only waste a whole working day once a year. You get no other day off all year. Why should you get Christmas?
But, Mum...
Go on, take tomorrow off then.
Oh, thank you, Mum.
But
thank
be
you.
here early the next day.
Yes, Mum. Very well, Mum. Thank you, Mum. And a Merry Christmas to you, Miss Scrooge.
Humbug!
And so, Scrooge closed up her office and went home into a gloomy suite of rooms on an upper floor of an unhappy old building in an unhappy old neighborhood. Its yard was so dark that even Scrooge, who knew every stone, had to grope her way to the foot of the wooden stairs rising up along the outside wall. And this Christmas, like every Christmas before, she mumbled angrily to herself as she climbed the steps up to her front door.
Christmas? Bah, humbug! Merry Christmas, auntie, he says. An idiot. A Christmas pudding-head. Much good it's ever done him. Happy New Year, he says. And what about the new year? Same as the old year. Miserable. And Bonnie Cratchit with 15 shillings a week and a family to support, talking about a Merry Christmas.
It was very late and very dark now, and Scrooge, who took this trip every evening, could barely see as she climbed to her front door.
We are trying to raise money to buy the poor some meat and drink to celebrate Christmas. What do they have to celebrate? They're poor, aren't they? God rest ye merry gentlemen. Humbug.
But finally, she did reach the top, and then began searching her pockets for the key. Now, there was nothing at all particular about the knocker on Scrooge's door. She had seen it, night and morning, during her whole residence in the apartment.
Nor was Scrooge a woman of great imagination, and she had not thought much about the dead Jacob Marley in 7 years. But as she found her key and turned, the knocker on the door began to move, changed, and became the face of
Jacob Marley!
as clearly as Scrooge had seen him in life.
No, you're dead. Marley is dead.
Scrooge's blood ran cold, and she stood a moment, facing away from the dreaded door. Finally, she was brave enough to turn and look, and Marley's face was gone, Scrooge stood facing her own door, and it was only her door, and nothing else. The door she had seen thousands of times before.
Never happened. Imagined it, only shadows. Marley is dead. Humbug!
Scrooge locked herself in with a double lock, and thus secured against surprise, she changed into her dressing gown, slippers, and nightcap, and sat down close to the fire to eat her gruel.
Merry Christmas. Humbug. Marley's face on the door. More humbug. Seeing things that aren't there. Marley's dead. Been dead for 7 years. Dead men don't. What was that? There it is again. Who is it? Who's there? Bah, the wind.
Abby Scrooge.
Who is it? Who's there? Who calls me? Let me see you. Where are you hiding? You would frighten me. How did you get in? Where are you? Show yourself. Stop it. Stop it! It stopped. Of course it has. Wind in the chimney flue. That's all. Wind in the...
Abby Scrooge.
Who are you? Why do you call me? Show yourself.
I am here, Abby Scrooge.
Jacob Marley! Jacob Marley, but you're dead.
I am.
Then you must be...
I am.
What do you want with me?
Much.
This can't be Marley. Who are you? Tell me who you are.
Ask me who I was.
Who were you then?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley.
It is Marley. No, I'm imagining this. I've gone mad with all this infernal Merry Christmas.
You don't believe in me.
No,
You doubt your own senses.
I may be dreaming you. You might be a nightmare brought on by eating too much. You might be a crumb of spoiled cheese or an underdone potato. You might not have risen from your grave, but from my gravy. Please, Jacob, why do you trouble me?
Do you believe, then?
I must, but why are you here?
It is my curse.
You're cursed, Jacob.
I have been cursed to wander through the world and witness what I cannot share, to witness the unhappiness I caused in life, unhappiness I cannot change in death.
Why do you trouble me? Why do you moan? Are you in pain?
I grieve. I grieve over the chain I wear,
Why do you wear it?
because it is my own, because I forged it in life. I made it myself, link by link, and yard by yard, each link a sin committed in life. Look, here, with this link, I turned my back on a man who asked for my help.
Yes, I see it, but
And this one, I cheated a friend out of what was his.
Tell me.
And this, thievery, this, greed, then apathy, sloth, malice, revenge, disloyalty, selfishness, cowardice. Link upon link, I forged the chain in life that I now bear in death. We pay for our sins, Abby Scrooge.
It is quite a long chain, Jacob.
Yours is longer.
My chain.
The chain you will wear in the afterlife. It grows longer each day.
No.
I can do nothing for you, Abby Scrooge. You have made your own chain. You have added new links every hour.
No, please, Jacob, tell me it isn't so.
I cannot. Only you have the power to change yourself, Abby Scrooge, and you have much to make up for. I have sat invisible beside you many a day since my death.
What an unpleasant thought, Jacob, but you died 7 years ago. Why have you not gone to your reward?
A weary journey lies before me, Abby Scrooge. I must roam through eternity. I cannot rest. I may not sleep. There is no peace for Jacob Marley.
It is your curse.
It is.
Oh, but you were always a good man of business, Jacob.
Business! Mankind was my business. The common welfare was my business. Charity, mercy, forbearance, benevolence, these were all my business, or should have been.
Oh, well, but Jacob, you...
Hear me!
Oh!
I am here to provide a warning. You have yet a chance to escape my fate.
Oh, you were always a good friend to me. Thank you, Jacob, thank you.
You will be haunted.
Haunted?
By 3 spirits.
I thank you very much, Jacob, for the offer, but I think I'd rather not.
You must! For without their visits, you cannot hope to shun the path I tread. Expect the first on Christmas morning when the bell tolls 1.
But I...
Expect the second on the following night at the same hour.
Could I take them all at once and have it done with, Jacob?
The third will come on the final night at the stroke of midnight.
Couldn't they just write letters or...
And now I must go, Abby Scrooge, to join the other lost souls on our long journey.
Go? Go where?
Out there.
Out of the window? But Jacob, we're up so high, you'll fall, you'll...
And up.
Jacob! Jacob, I can't see you! Jacob! Jacob! Wait! Oh, don't leave me, Jacob, please. Jacob, don't... Gone. Oh, gone. Gone. Oh, my. Cold. Close the... There. Better. Warmer now. He just went up. Straight up, just... No, never. Never there, most likely. Imagined it. Never happened. Humbug. Never happened. Well, that's settled then. Off to bed now. Off to bed. Off to bed.
And so, Scrooge slipped into his bed, drew the curtains, and slept. Until, when the hour bell sounded, light flashed up in the room. Her bed curtains were drawn back, and...
Abby Scrooge!
You're the spirit. The one that Jacob Marley said would come.
I am.
Who and what are you?
I am the ghost of Christmas past.
Long past?
Your past.
Are you a child?
Do I seem a child?
Yes. Well, a moment ago you did, but now you seem as old as I, or even older. You change.
Indeed, the spirit's hair was white, yet its face had not a wrinkle in it, lending it an air of ancient wisdom and youthful hope.
It wore a tunic of the purest white and held a branch of fresh green holly in its hand, while its dress was trimmed in summer flowers.
And from the crown of its head there burned a bright, clear flame, while it held under its arm a large, pointed hat, shaped like a candle snuffer.
You are so bright! Oh, would you please be so good as to put on your cap and extinguish your glow?
What? Would you put out the light I give?
Oh, well, why are you here?
Rise from your bed and walk with me.
Very well. Let me put on my slippers.
Come.
Outside.
At first,
It's quite cold outside.
my light will warm and protect you.
Out of the window? Oh, I'll fall.
I will protect you from it.
Will it be a long walk?
Very long.
Into the country?
Into your past.
But
Take my hand. Have faith. And leap.
But I don't think, Oh!
Do you know this place?
I do. It's the school I attended as a girl.
How many Christmases did you spend here?
Too many.
How many years did you sit at your desk in this schoolroom, a solitary child, neglected by friends and family?
My father never cared where I spent my Christmas.
But there was one, Abby. One who loved you and whom you loved.
There was my sister, dear little Fan, sweet little Fan.
Answer the door, Ebby Scrooge.
What?
Say, come in.
Come in.
Dear, dear big sister.
Fan!
Are you surprised to see me?
I am. Oh, I am. Oh, Fan!
I have come to bring you home, dear sister, home for Christmas.
But how?
She sees you as you were then.
But not you.
No.
We shall go home forever and ever, dear sister. Father is ever so much kinder than he used to be.
Has he treated you well, little Fan?
Oh, yes. He even spoke to me gently one night as I was going to bed, and he seemed so calm and good that I was not afraid to ask him once more if he might come home to us. And he wasn't angry at all. He said, yes, you could come home for good. And he sent me a coach to bring you.
Oh, Fan, I wish I...
We'll to be together for Christmas and have the merriest time in all the world.
God bless you, Fan.
God bless you, big sister. Oh, please, do come now. Come with me.
Yes, Fan, I'll...
You cannot.
Go on without me, Fan. I'll be along. Go on now.
I'll see to having your trunk and boxes tied at the top of the carriage. Don't be long. Oh, I love you so, Ebby, and we shall be together again, and it will be the best Christmas ever.
The best Christmas ever.
Oh, wait, at the end of the path.
The end of the... end of the path.
Always a delicate creature whom a breath might have withered, but she had a large heart.
Yes. Oh, please, Spirit, let me see her again. Only a little time longer.
Time is short.
More than we know.
You never had that Christmas at home, Ebby Scrooge.
No. The moment I came through the door, Father flew into a rage and chased me from the house. Fan wept.
That was long ago.
Long ago, yes, long ago.
And what became of Fan?
She grew into a beautiful young woman.
And died in childbirth.
Yes.
The child lived.
My nephew Fred. He came yesterday to wish me a Merry Christmas. I sent him away.
The time and place have changed now, Ebby Scrooge. Do you know this place?
I was apprenticed here.
Boys, where are you? Jane Wilkins.
Why, it's old Fezziwig. Bless him. Old Fezziwig alive again.
Where are you, Wilkins?
Here, Mr. Fezziwig.
Jane Wilkins. She was my best friend in those days, Spirit. Oh, poor Jane. Oh, dear Jane.
And where have you left Ebby? That young rascal, where has she got to?
Oh, Spirit, might I? Oh, could I?
Go to him. He will see you as the young woman you were.
Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Oh, here, sir. I'm here, Mr. Fezziwig.
Ah, there you are, Ebby. Sneaking off to spy on the handsome boys, were you?
Oh, no, sir.
Oh, no, sir. No, sir, of course not. You young rogue. No matter, girls, no matter. No more work tonight. It's Christmas Eve. Clear away. My ladies, clear away. Time for a celebration. We're having a party, girls. Clear away, Jane. Clear away, Ebby. Move the furniture back against the walls. Roll up the carpets. Call in the neighbors. Call in the fiddler. Call in the customers and the passerby. We'll dance until the cows come home. We'll celebrate Christmas as it's never been celebrated before.
In came all the young men and women from all over Fezziwig's offices and warehouse.
Everyone's invited. The whole world's invited. Everyone dances. Everyone dances. Find a partner, Jane.
In came the housemaid with her cousin, the baker. In they all came, some shyly, some boldly, some gracefully, some awkwardly, some pushing, some pulling.
Jane, find a partner.
You find a partner too, Ebby.
In they all came, anyhow and everyhow, and away they all went. 20 couples at once, hands half round and back again the other way.
Come, Mrs. Fezziwig, dance with me.
Down the middle and up again, round and starting over.
Yo-ho, my boys, let's have the shutters up before a man can say Jack Robinson. Hilly-ho!
Don't let it stop, Spirit. Oh, never let it stop. Leave me here with them forever and ever. I was never as happy as I was when I was here.
Such a small matter to make these silly people happy.
Small?
Don't you think so?
Fezziwig had the power to make us happy or unhappy, and he chose to make us happy. He chose it. It was a pleasure to work for such a man, so full of joy. He made our work a pleasure. Such an employer, such a kind, such a benevolent.
And what is it?
Nothing. I was just thinking of my poor clock, Bonnie Cratchit. I'm afraid her work isn't what one would call a pleasure.
But such an employer she has. Such a kind, benevolent.
Stop it. Please stop. I know.
My time grows short. Quickly now, the years fly. Behold.
Bill.
Bill, it's Bill.
He loved you once.
And I loved him.
You never married.
No.
He loved another.
No, but he... Well, it wasn't that I loved him less. I loved...
You love your money more than you love me, Abby.
But Bill?
Stay. He can neither see nor hear you.
Oh, thank you, Spirit.
The golden idol has replaced me. You fear the world too much, and don't love it enough. I have seen you change from a woman of nobility into an evil, twisted slave of greed. Our love was born when we were both poor, but with the acquisition of money, you've changed. You are not the woman who loved me. You are not the woman I loved. I release you, Abby.
Oh, Bill.
May you be happy in the life you've chosen. I will not stand between you and your money. Goodbye, Abby.
Oh, Spirit, show me no more. Why do you torture me?
Bill married another.
Yes.
But he kept you in his heart, Abby Scrooge.
And I kept him in mine.
His children could have been yours.
Yes. Spirit, remove me from this place. I cannot bear it. Take me back. Back to my own room, my own bed. Please, haunt me no longer.
After this short break, we will return to the Lodi High School production of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol.
And we're out.
In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And now we return to Philip Grecian's radio adaptation of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol.
What? The clock? 1 o'clock! I've slept through the day. Jacob Marley warned me. Another spirit, he said. Another spirit at 1 o'clock. Oh.
But no spirit appeared. 5 minutes? 10 minutes? Nothing. Then, at the quarter hour, though all candles and lamps had been long extinguished in the room, Scrooge became aware of a shaft of light growing brighter by the moment.
What's that? The lamp? One of my candles?
It wasn't.
It's coming from the sitting room.
It was.
Scrooge could see the light shining under and around the closed door.
She got up softly, stepped into her slippers, and shuffled to the door. Then, the moment her hand was on the knob, a voice called out to her.
Heavy Scrooge! Enter, my friend!
She threw open the door, and the light exploded into her bedchamber. The walls and ceilings of Scrooge's sitting room were covered with holly, mistletoe, and ivy, reflecting back the light like so many scattered mirrors.
And a mighty blaze went roaring up the chimney, as the old hearth had never known in Scrooge's time. Heaped upon the floor to form a kind of throne were turkey, geese, game poultry, and great joints of meat.
Suckling pigs, long lists of sausages, mince pies, plum puddings, barrels of oysters, red-hot chestnuts, cherry-cheeked apples, juicy oranges, luscious pears, immense cakes,
and seething bowls of punch that filled the air with their delicious, steaming perfume. Upon this throne sat a jolly green giant, wielding a torch shaped like a plenty horn.
Come, Heavy Scrooge, come and know me better.
Must I?
Aye, that you must.
Who are you then?
I am the ghost of Christmas present. Look upon me.
The giant was clothed in a long green velvet robe, trimmed with white fur. On its head it wore a holly wreath set here and there with shining icicles. Its eyes sparkled, and its curly hair was long and free.
You have never seen the likes of me before.
Never.
Surely you've met some of my elder brothers and sisters.
Have you many, Spirit?
More than 1,800.
A very large family indeed.
Aye.
Spirit, conduct me where you will. Last night, or I think it was last night, I learned a lesson from a spirit. Tonight, if you can, teach me more.
Come, touch my robe.
Where are we going?
Out into the streets.
Scrooge stood unseen with the spirit, who freely sprinkled incense from his torch over the people as they passed. It was a very uncommon kind of torch, for whenever there was angry words, it restored good humor immediately.
Hey, steady there. Watch where you're going.
May, look at you, stumbling along with your packages. Ran right into me.
No such thing. Now my parcels and packages are scattered all over.
Mine as well.
If you'd been watching, it would have never happened.
You were watching then.
I was.
Then how is it you didn't see me?
I see you now.
And what are you going to do about it then?
Why, I'm going to help you with your packages.
Oh, thank you.
It doesn't seem I've damaged anything. It was all my fault, you know.
Nonsense. If I'd watched where I was going, this wouldn't have happened. Here, these are yours.
Thank you. No harm done. Oh, look here. We've collided directly in front of a chocolate shop. Would you care to have something? I'll pay.
Delighted.
After all, it's a shame to quarrel upon Christmas Day.
And so it is. God love it, so it is.
Spirit, is there a peculiar flavour in what you sprinkled from your torch?
There is. My own. The spirit of Christmas.
Why do you sprinkle so much of it over the poorer families as they pass?
Because they need it most, and treasure it the most. Come, I'll show you.
Where are we going?
To the home of your clerk. Bonnie Cratchit.
What has ever got to your precious mother, then? Peter, Belinda, did she say she would be so light today?
No, Father.
She didn't.
Bless her heart alive. I've seen nothing like it. She has Tiny Tim with her, too.
Yes, Father. Tim especially wanted to go to church today.
I don't understand how they could be so light. Tim usually sits upon his mother's shoulder and keeps her moving right along. And today especially, with Christmas dinner almost ready for the table.
Martha isn't here yet either.
I'm watching for her.
Martha's later than she's ever been. I do hope nothing has happened to spoil our plans.
I see her. Here comes Martha.
Martha's here, Father.
Get the door, Peter.
Yes, Father.
Merry Christmas, Father!
Merry Christmas, Martha. How late you are.
I'm sorry, Father. We did a great deal of work to finish up last night and had to clear away this morning.
Well then, as long as you've come, sit you down by the fire and have a warm.
There's Mother coming.
With Tiny Tim.
Hide, Martha, hide.
Over here.
Behind the door.
A Merry Christmas, one and all. Wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Tim.
Merry Christmas.
That's the boy. Merry Christmas. Oh, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Belinda. Merry Christmas, Peter.
Why, where's our Martha? She was coming today, wasn't she?
No, I'm afraid she's not coming this Christmas.
Not coming. Not coming upon Christmas Day. Oh, but... Surprise! Martha, hiding from me, you did come.
Of course I came, Mother. How could I not on Christmas?
Let Tim down, Mother.
We want to show him.
Come into the kitchen, Tim.
Oh, do, Tim. Father has made the most wonderful pudding.
It's not out yet, but you can hear it singing in the copper.
It smells so like Christmas should smell.
Come see.
Oh, I have to see. Let me down, please, Mother.
Down you go then, Tim. Not so fast. Here, take your crutch first.
Come, Tim. Come see.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Come, Tim.
What would Christmas be without a visit from the eldest daughter, eh, Martha? Why, it's all Tim has talked about for weeks.
How did Tim behave today?
As good as gold, and better. Somehow, you know, he gets very thoughtful sitting up there by himself. He told me coming home that he hoped the people in the church saw him looking so happy and bright, because they might forget their own troubles and remember who made the lame walk, and enter into the spirit of Christmas all the more. He's getting stronger, you know. Stronger every day.
Yes, of course he is, Mother.
You should smell the pudding, Mother.
A perfect pudding.
The best pudding in the world.
And what makes you such an expert on puddings?
Haven't I tasted the puddings Father makes every year?
Indeed you have.
They're the best puddings there could ever be. And this pudding, it's the best of the best.
The best of the best. I'll wager it is, Tim. I'll wager it is.
Come, children, time for dinner.
You hear that, Tim? Quick, Peter, run and fetch the goose from the oven.
Yes, Mother.
Martha, Belinda, finish the table.
Yes, Father.
Right away, Father.
Tim, you shall sit at the head of the table with me. Hurry now.
Here's Peter with the roast goose.
The goose.
The goose, just look at it.
See the goose, Martha.
Never was there such a Christmas goose. Oh, Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas.
Hurrah! Merry Christmas.
Merry
Such
Christmas.
a goose.
Cratchit has a very large family. I had no idea.
Have you ever asked?
No. It seems such a small meal for such a large family.
But honestly, come by. Your clerk works very hard for her 15 shillings a week.
I see no presents for the children.
There isn't money enough. They keep Christmas in their hearts, not their pocketbooks. They give presents of love.
What of Tiny Tim? Such a frail little fellow, will he?
Time passes. They've done with their meal.
The pudding, my dears, it's time for the pudding.
The pudding. It's time for the pudding.
Here comes the pudding. Here comes the pudding.
Do you smell that? Smell the pudding?
A beautiful pudding.
A perfect pudding.
A wonderful pudding.
An excellent pudding.
A wretchedly small pudding.
Bigger in their eyes than in yours. And the finest tasting pudding in all of London, I'll vow.
A Merry Christmas to all of us, my dears.
Merry Christmas.
A toast.
A
toast.
To Miss Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
The founder of the feast, indeed. I wish I had your Miss Scrooge here right now, Bonnie Cratchit. I'd give her a piece of my mind to feast on.
My dear, the children, Christmas Day.
To drink to the health of such a stingy, hard, unfeeling woman as Miss Scrooge, we carry the Christmas spirit too far.
No, Father. Miss Scrooge needs Christmas as much as we do. Even more.
Oh, Tim. Very well, then. I'll drink to her health, but only because it's Christmas Day.
That's the way. To Miss Scrooge.
To Miss Scrooge.
God bless her.
God bless her.
And God bless us.
God bless us, everyone.
Now, a special announcement. Young Master Timothy Cratchit will grace us with a song from his vast repertoire.
Oh, yes, a song, Tim. Sing us a song.
Yes. All right. What child is this?
They all seem so happy.
Aye.
But they're poor. I don't pay Cratchit enough for one woman to...
Well, now it's all out, eh? You don't pay Bonnie Cratchit enough for one man to live decently, yet she supports the family.
I was going to say...
Yes, I know what you were going to say. The strength of that family lies in the family itself, not in the paltry sum Bonnie Cratchit brings home. Love is the main ingredient there, not money.
Spirit, tell me if Tiny Tim will live.
If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, I see a vacant seat in the chimney corner, and a small crutch without an owner.
No. Oh, no, kind spirit, say he will be spared. There are hospitals.
If he is going to die, he had better do it and decrease the surplus population. Whose words are those?
My own.
Why, woman, what right have you? How hateful you are. You are less fit to live than millions like this poor child.
But spirit, I didn't know why. Who's that?
Your nephew.
My nephew. Fred? What's he doing at the Cratchit's house?
He's not, and neither are we. Welcome to the home of your nephew.
And she said Merry Christmas was a humbug.
A humbug, are you?
A humbug, and she believed it too.
She's an evil old thing.
Why, bless you, wife of mine. You've put on such a serious face. Auntie Scrooge is a comical old hag, to be sure, and not as pleasant as she might be. But she suffers for it. I can't condemn her. She condemns herself.
Well put.
Thank you, Topper.
She's very rich, Fred.
Who, Topper? Then why hasn't she ever invited us to her house for Christmas dinner?
No, I mean your Auntie Scrooge.
My aunt's wealth doesn't do her a bit of good. She lives like a rat.
A rat in a hole. I've seen her rooms.
As have I, and I'm sorry for her. She won't come to Christmas dinner with us. She stays home and eats her gruel. She only punishes herself.
Ah, and she's missed an excellent dinner.
That she has.
Thank you.
Let's talk of something else. She's an evil old thing, and I won't have my Christmas ruined with talk of her.
Absolutely right, my dear. What shall we talk about instead?
Let's play yes and no.
All right, okay.
A splendid idea. Yes and no it is. Who will begin?
You start, Fred.
Yes,
Fred,
Fred, you begin.
Go on.
Very well. I'll be something, and you must guess what I am. Ready?
Ready?
Ready.
So am I. Begin. Guess what I am.
Are you a vegetable?
No.
A mineral?
No.
Then you're an animal.
Yes.
He's an animal.
A jungle animal?
No.
Or fish?
No.
Is an insect an animal?
Yes.
Ah, all right then. Are you an insect?
No.
A country animal?
No.
A city animal?
Yes.
A dog?
No.
A city animal. A city animal. Oh, Spirit, I know they can't hear me, but... Oh, are you a man?
Do you have 4 legs?
No.
Are you an insect with many legs?
I told you, Topper, I'm not an insect.
Right. I had forgotten.
Ask him if he's a man. Somebody ask him if he's a man.
Are you a disagreeable animal?
Yes.
Do you grunt and growl?
Yes.
He's a banker.
Are you a vicious animal?
Oh, yes.
Do you have sharp teeth?
No.
A man! You're a man! He's a man! Oh, Spirit, this is wonderful fun, wonderful. I never knew there could be such fun.
Do you live in London?
Yes.
You hear that? London! London! He lives in London!
A horse?
No.
A canary?
No.
A toad?
No.
A man! He's a man! Somebody guess!
An animal we might see in the street?
Yes.
A tiger.
Topper, there aren't any tigers in the streets of London.
How about a bear then?
No.
A cat?
No.
What about a mouse?
No.
Oh, wait, I know. I found it out. I know what Fred is.
She knows it! She knows! Spirit knows! Everyone tell!
A man.
Yes!
So,
But which man?
Queen Victoria.
Is Queen Victoria a man?
None of my business.
No, not Queen Victoria.
Prince Albert then.
No.
that one is good.
Wait, what do we know? He's a disagreeable animal.
No.
He grunts and growls.
A man.
A vicious animal.
Maybe a tiger.
Not a tiger.
Right, not a tiger. I've got it.
Spirit, you hear that? She knows the man. Topper knows the man.
Auntie Scrooge.
Yes!
You hear that, Spirit? It is I. I'm the disagreeable animal.
Ah, well. My auntie has given us plenty of merriment, and it would be ungrateful not to drink to her health. To my Auntie Scrooge.
Auntie Scrooge.
A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to the old woman.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Come, we must go.
Oh, must we? It's all been so happy.
We must. Come.
They went far and saw much, visiting many homes where the Spirit's torch brought the happiness of the Christmas spirit. They stood beside sickbeds, and those who suffered were cheerful. They brought the comforts of holiday and home to those who were away in foreign lands.
They stood with those in despair and brought hope with those in poverty who were, for the time, rich in spirit. It was a long night, though Scrooge felt that it was more than a single night, and observed that the spirit grew visibly older until, finally, its hair was thin and white.
Are spirits' lives so short?
My life upon this earth ends tonight.
Tonight?
Aye, tonight at midnight.
Forgive me for asking, Spirit, but in all the time we've been together, I've noticed from time to time something at your feet, hiding under your robe.
Aye,
May I ask?
you may. And, since you ask, look here. Behold!
2 demon children crouched at the Spirit's feet, wretched, frightful, and hideous. They clung to its legs. Scrooge stepped back and covered her eyes.
Horrible!
A boy and a girl, meager, ragged, scowling, and wolfish, their features stale and shriveled, pinched and twisted. Where angels lived in other children, devils lurked in these, glaring out and menacing. Nothing could prepare Scrooge for the sight of these shriveled monsters.
Spirit, are they yours?
Mine? They are man's.
Man's.
The boy is ignorance. The girl is want. Beware of them both, but most of all, beware of this boy.
Have they no refuge or resource? Is there no hope for them? And Tiny Tim? Is there no hope for Tiny Tim?
Are there no prisons?
Don't mock me!
Are there no workhouses? Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses?
No prisons. What houses? No prisons. No workhouses. No prison. No workhouses. Christmas.
Scrooge had fallen to her knees and buried her head. Then, at the final stroke of midnight, she lifted up her eyes to find the spirit, and beheld instead a solemn, towering phantom, draped and hooded in a deep black garment concealing its face and form. It glided toward her like a mist along the ground.
Oh, are you the ghost of Christmas yet to come? And you have come to show me the shadows of things that have not happened but will happen. My future. Is that so, Spirit? Oh, Spirit, I fear you more than any of the others I've seen, but I know you mean only to do me good. I'm ready. Show me the future. Where are we, Spirit? Oh, why we've returned to the Cratchit's house. Are we now to see things that haven't happened? Things that will happen in the future? But why here? Why have we come here again? Why have we... Spirit, where is Tiny Tim?
Peter,
Yes, Father?
isn't it time for your mother to be home?
Past time.
Go to the window and watch for her, will you, Peter?
She walks a little slower than she used to these last few evenings, Father.
Slower? Why, I have known her to walk very fast indeed, with Tiny Tim on her shoulder. Very fast indeed.
So have I, Father.
Yes, often.
But Tiny Tim was very light to carry, you know, and his mother loved him so that it was no trouble at all.
No trouble at all.
No trouble at all.
There's Mother coming.
Good evening, my dear. Belinda? Peter?
Oh, sit down, Bonnie, sit down. There's tea on the hob. Peter, get your mother some tea.
Yes, Father.
Bonnie, did you go today to see...
Yes, I did. Oh, I wish you could have been with me. It would have done you some good to see how beautiful it is. It's on a hill, and it looks out on this gentle slope of snow. You know how snow is when it's new, pure, and white, with these little sparkling points of light scattered. You know, like little Christmas diamonds for my Tiny Tim. Oh, but you'll see it often. I knelt there and promised him that we would come again on Sunday, all of us. There now, my dear. Why, what would Tim say if he saw you like this? Why, Father, he'd say, Christmas is a time for making merry, for counting our blessings. Our blessings. I saw Miss Scrooge's nephew today.
Mr. Fred?
Yes, Mr. Fred. He saw that I looked a little, just a little down, you know, and he asked what was troubling my mind. I told him, and he said, I'm heartily sorry for you, Miss Cratchit. He remembered my name, you see. I'm heartily sorry, he said, and sorry for your good husband, too. Though how he knew that, I'll never know.
Knew what?
That you were a good husband. That's more like it now.
What else did he say, Mother?
Well, Peter, he said that if he could be of any service, I should come to him. And he gave me his card. Oh, he was so kind. It really seemed as if he had known our Tiny Tim.
I wish he had.
Yes, I think he would have loved Tim as we did. Such a patient and mild little fellow Tim was. We were very lucky to have him with us, even for a short time. Now, everyone, run and grab your coats. We'll go outside and listen to the carolers. There's a fine snow coming down now.
It's snowing?
Truly? Hurry, run for your coats. Hurry.
Come, children. Come on, let's go.
Tim, I don't know if you can hear me, son, but we're going to be just fine, Tim. Just fine. Oh, and Tim, Merry Christmas, son. Merry Christmas.
Spirit, this cannot be. You mustn't let this happen. Not Tiny Tim. Tell me that it's not too late. Where are we? This isn't the Cratchit's house. Wait. I recognize it. We're in this street, near my house. Why are we here?
No, I don't know about it either way. I only know she's dead.
When did she die?
Last night, I believe.
Who are they talking about, Spirit? Is it Tiny Tim?
I thought she'd never die. What was the matter with her?
I don't really care. She's dead. That's all that matters. In fact, I don't think anyone will care much.
My. Whoever it is wasn't very well liked. Must have been a terrible sort of person.
What has she done with the money?
Well, she hasn't left it to me, I know that much.
It won't be a very large funeral.
It will be a very cheap funeral.
Why, man, who would go? I can't think of anyone who would.
I don't mind going if lunch is provided free, but they must feed me, and I'll only stay as long as there is food to be had.
Spirit, what villain has died? Who could be so terrible that these men would feel no compassion at their passing?
Hello, how are you?
Very good. And you?
Well, thank you. I see the old hag's finally gone to keep the devil company.
So I'm told. Cold, isn't it?
Yes, Christmas, you know.
Quite.
Good morning, then.
Good morning.
Who are they talking about? Who? Where are we going, Spirit? Where are we? Oh, I don't know this street. Wait, there's a sign. Fields Lane. Oh, we're in Saffron Hill.
Saffron Hill, a collection of filthy shops, a colony of petty larceny, inhabited by those who traffic in stolen and salvaged goods. Here could be found wads of silk handkerchiefs resold by the pickpockets who spirited them away, old iron and bones, and heaps of mildewed wool and linen, rust and rot.
Alleys and archways, like so many cesspools, disgorged their offenses of smell and dirt and life upon the straggling streets. And the whole quarter reeked with crime, filth, and misery. Here sat a low-browed beetling shop where iron, bones, bottles, and charnel house viscera were bought.
Inside were secrets that few would scrutinize, hidden in mountains of unseemly rags, masses of corrupted fat. And in the middle of it all, by a charcoal stove, sat a great greasy spider of a man smoking his pipe.
Old Joe, you in?
Well, Mrs. Dilber. And you've not come alone.
We run into each other down the way. We all been in the same treasure trove and come with plunder. This is the Widow Crook.
Widow Crook?
Let's get on with then.
These things is done with ceremony. Introductions first. And final, of course, you know the Undertaker's man, Mr. Whitlow.
Whitlow?
Pleasure.
Look at the three of you, bearing gifts for old Joe like as if he was the Magi themselves. When would you three meet again, eh? You couldn't have done it in a better place. Come in, on the way. Shut the door after.
Oh, listen to us squeak.
Ain't a bell rusty metal in this place has its own hinges, and no such old bones here as mine. What do you got? Undertaker's man first.
I got 2 keys, a pencil case, a pair of sleeve buttons, and a brooch. Of no great value.
No great value at all.
It's not fair, but By the time I got to them, they'd been picked over good.
Still, business is business. So there. That's your account, and I want to give another sixpence if I was to be boiled for not doing it. Who's next? Mrs. Dilber? Widow Crook?
Always.
Best for last, dear widow.
Here's mine, Joe.
Let's see what you have then, Mrs. Dilber. Sheets and towels, a pair of boots, 2 old-fashioned silver teaspoons, a pair of sugar tongs, and a coat, somewhat worse for wear. I always give too much to ladies. It's a weakness, and that's the way I ruin myself. Here's your account, then. If he asks me for another penny, I'd repent of being so liberal and take back half a crown.
Now, under my bundle, Joe.
All right, then. What's this, then? Bed curtains?
Bed curtains. Her own.
Her own curtain rings, too? You don't mean to say you took 'em down, rings and all, with her lying there?
Yes, I do. Why not?
You were born to make your fortune. What's this? Her blankets?
Whose ass did you think? She isn't likely to take hold without 'em.
And this?
You may look through that shirt to use, Isaac, but you won't find another hole in it. It's especially hard. They'd have wasted it hadn't it been for me.
Wasted it?
They had it on her to be buried in, but I took it.
You took it off her? Well, she was...
If a calico ain't good enough for such purpose, it ain't good enough for nothing. She can't look any uglier.
Mercy.
I should have had that shirt by rights.
Pipe down, Whitlow. You get plenty. Got anything else, widow?
That's a lot.
Good. I feared you might be marketing the corpse itself.
No.
All right, then.
People on the street couldn't have got it out.
Why wasn't she a natural sort of biddy in a lifetime? That's what I'd just like to know.
That's the Lord's own truth, ain't it?
She won't give poor old woman tuppence, don't I know. She'd just been nicer to herself, to people. She might have somebody looking after her when she was sick, instead of dying all alone by herself in a room.
Truer words never spoke. It's a judgment on that's what it is. I don't think she was ever kind to nobody in her life.
Spirit, please, I know there must be some lesson to be learned in the death of this woman they speak of. No one could ever love such a woman. What? Tell me her name. We're back on the street. Where are we off to now, Spirit, are we?
Merry Christmas, sister.
He sees me. A Merry Christmas. Tell me, brother, have you heard of the woman who died last night?
Oh, my yes. The whole district's buzzing with news. Mind you, I don't know her myself, but from the talk I've heard, we're better off without her. She was a nasty old spinster. No one mourns her.
Her name, do you know her name?
Why, of course. Doesn't everyone? It's Abby Scrooge. Abby Scrooge died last night. A Merry Christmas, sister.
Spirit, I'm the one who died. I'm the one nobody mourned. Spirit, hear me. I am not the woman I was. Assure me that I may yet change these shadows that you have shown me, that I may make Tiny Tim well again, that he won't die, that I may alter my life and become a good woman. I will honor Christmas in my heart and keep the spirit of Christmas all year round. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. All three spirits will live in me. I have learned my lesson. Spirit! 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 What? I'm back in my own bed. But how could... Another chance. I'm being given another chance. I'm not dead, and Tiny Tim's not dead. Another chance for Tiny Tim. Oh, I'll be good, spirits. I'll be good from now on. Another chance. Tiny Tim won't die. I'll send him to doctors. The best doctors. I don't know what to do. Oh, I'm as light as a feather. As happy as an angel. Merry Christmas. Oh, Merry Christmas to all the world. Oh, my. Oh, my. I don't know what day it is. I don't know how many days I've traveled with the spirits. Under the influence of spirits. Oh, I like that. Under the influence of spirits. I don't know anything. I'm a baby. a little baby, but I don't care. I like being a baby. I like being a baby. I like being a baby. Oh, look at the window. A boy down on the street. Do you see that? Do you see that? Oh, who am I talking to? There's no one here but me. I hope. Boy! Oh, boy, you there?
Me?
Yes, you. What's today, my fine fellow?
Today? Why, it's Christmas Day.
It's Christmas Day. I haven't missed it. The spirits have done it all in one night. Or they sent me back, or they can do anything they like. Anything. You know that, don't you? Of course you do. Of course you do. Oh, who am I talking to? Only me. Oh, hello, my fine fellow.
Hello?
Do you know the poultry shop at the corner?
Yes, Mum.
Oh, an intelligent boy, a remarkable boy. Have they sold that prize turkey that was hanging up there, the big one?
What? The one as big as me?
Oh, a delightful boy. A pleasure to talk to him. Yes, my lad, the one as big as you.
It's still there, Mum.
Good. Go and tell them to bring it here to me and I'll buy it. And I'll tell them where to take it. Come back with the man and I'll give you a shilling.
A shilling?
Come back in less than 5 minutes and I'll give you a half a crown.
Half a crown? Yes, Mum. I'll be back, Mum. Half a crown?
I'll send it to Bonnie Cratchit. Oh, she won't know who sent it. Why, it's twice as big as Tiny Tim. Oh, I must dress and meet the turkey downstairs. No, not the turkey, Oh, quickly. I'll have Christmas dinner with my nephew Fred. Won't he be surprised, though?
Oh, what a time old Scrooge had that Christmas. She had dinner with Fred, and sang carols, and played games, including Yes and No, which she won every time. And after dinner, she went round to all the shops and pounded on the doors until they were opened to her.
And she bought presents for all the Cratchits and had them sent to their house. But she instructed the shopkeepers not to tell who sent the presents. And by the time night fell, she had spent more money on presents and food for the poor and needy than she had ever spent on anything in her entire life.
And she was happier than she'd ever been in her life. But she was early at the office the next morning, so she could catch Bonnie Cratchit coming in late. And Bonnie was late.
Bonnie and her family had stayed up the night before, celebrating the strangest and most wonderful Christmas they'd ever had. For a good Christmas spirit, by the name of Ebby Scrooge, had sent food and gifts and clothes to the Cratchit household.
The clock finished striking 9. No Bonnie. 15 minutes past 9. No Bonnie. And then, at 9:30...
Cratchit!
Yes, Mum.
What do you mean by coming in here at this time of day?
Oh, I'm very sorry, Mum. I'm behind on my time.
Yes, you are. Behind on your time a whole 30 minutes. Oh, come here, Cratchit.
It's only once a year, Mum. It won't happen again. I'm afraid I was making rather merry yesterday, Miss Scrooge. You see, someone delivered. I mean, we were surprised to, and it was...
Cratchit, I'm not going to stand for this sort of behavior any longer.
Yes, Mum.
And I see no choice but to raise your salary.
Oh, please, Mum. I can't, What?
That's right. You heard me. Raise your salary.
Raise my...
Merry Christmas, Bonnie. A merry, merry Christmas. Can you ever forgive an old fool?
Yes, Mum. I mean... No, Mum, but you're not a fool, Mum.
I'm going to raise your salary. And I want to help you raise that family of yours, too. Oh, we're going to get Tiny Tim the best doctors in the world. He's going to be fine, Bonnie. He'll grow up strong and healthy. And we'll see if we can't find your oldest boy, Peter, a good position where he can learn a trade. Oh, Belinda, too. And schooling. The children will need all the best schooling. Oh, it's too cold in here. Put some more coals on the fire.
Yes, Mum.
No, never mind. I'll do it. Here, you sit at my desk. Make yourself at home. Oh, sit in my chair. Oh, put your feet up. I'll bring you a nice Christmas bowl of smoking bishop. It's about time, isn't it, Bonnie? A merry, merry Christmas to you, Bonnie. Cratchit. Oh, a merry Christmas to everybody. Scrooge was better than her word. She did it all and more. And to Tiny Tim, who did not die, she was a second mother. She became as good a friend, as good a mistress, and as good a woman as the good old city knew. Some laughed at her, but she let them laugh, for she was wise enough to know that nothing ever happens that some people don't laugh. It was enough for her that she was happy. She never saw the spirits again, but she learned their lessons well, for it was always said of her that she knew how to keep Christmas better than any other man. May that truly be said of all of us. And so, as Tiny Tim observed,
God bless us, everyone.
You have been listening to the radio dramatization A Christmas Carol, written by Philip Grecian, based on the novel by Charles Dickens, and presented by Lodi High School. And so, good night, happy holidays, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Christmas.